there is an arrogance that underlies this global warming nonsense.
Absolutely.
They are trying to assume the powers and the omnipotence of God himself,
That's
right.
and they are not entitled to.
Amen.
That's right.
We will not have it. Let's go on to another fallacy. What about the cuddly polar bears? You have to deliver a lot of these fallacies in baby language because that's what they all are. They're intellectual baby language. What about the cuddly baby polar bear? Have you met a polar bear on a dark night? The last thing they are is cuddly, and if they're hungry, they will eat you. And what about them anyway? Is their population declining? No, it's actually 5 times greater than it was in the 1940s. Hardly, as you may think, the profile of a species in imminent threat of man-made extinction. So here again, it's another fallacy. We all feel sorry for the polar bears when we see those pictures with Al Gore stage managed of a polar bear sitting on a melting ice floe, the last ice floe in the Arctic, and then the polar bears had all been gone. Oh, come off it. They came from the land in the first place 200,000 years ago. Even I'm too young to remember that. And they went onto the ice, and when the ice goes, if it goes, which it won't, they'll simply go back on the land again, and the seals that they feed on will go also onto the land, and they'll all just carry on very much as before, only it will be a lot warmer, which they will like, because they are, like us, warm-blooded animals. So for heaven's sake, let's grow up and not worry about the cuddly polar bear. Next one. That, incidentally, was the inappropriate argument from pity, which was known as the argumentum ad misericordia. Pity has its place, but only if the object of the pity deserves it. The polar bears are doing fine, so they don't. Now then we add CO2 to the air. The CO2, if you add it to the air, causes warming, so the observed warming is our fault. Now this is the fallacy of false cause, and the particular sub-fallacy, post hoc ergo propter hoc. Yes, we're adding CO2 to the atmosphere. Yes, over the last century there has been a not particularly dizzying 1.3 Fahrenheit of warming, and therefore they say, well, therefore it must be all down to us. Well, that again is a shop-worn logical fallacy. All of these fallacies, as I say, were listed by Aristotle 2,300 years ago. Next one. We tell the computer models that carbon dioxide is the chief cause of all this warming, and do you know what? The models tell us just the same. And this, of course, is our old friend, the argumentum ad petitionem principii, the circular or begging the question argument, where one of the premises in the argument is identical with the conclusion. And that's not an argument at all, it's just dumb. Next one. Warming makes hurricanes bad. And notice again the phrase, warming makes hurricanes bad. Katrina was bad, so we caused it. Well, this again is wrong. We're here arguing inappropriately from the general to the particular, and this is known as the fallacy of accident, and if you want that in Latin, it's the argumentum ad dicto simpliciter ad dictum secundum quid. Pay attention, we will be testing you on this later. Next one. And this is the other way around. Arctic ice is melting, so man-made global warming is the problem. Well, here, this is the fallacy of converse accident. It's the other way around, where you argue inappropriately from the particular to the general. The argumentum ad dicto secundum quid ad dictum simpliciter. And all of these fallacies, again, are very old and very well known to logicians, which is why France has banned the teaching of logic in all its schools.